everybody, Jason here of GhostbustersNews.com, and as always, Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube. And today we have got another huge unboxing for you as we take a look at the brand new Ghostbuster figures from Hero Collector. Now before I dive too deep into today's video, I'd like to thank Hero Collector for sending all these figurines over for review. Hero Collector, Eagle Moss, you guys are all right. So like I said, today's video is massive, so let's not waste any time whatsoever. Let's start diving into the actual review here. There are 5 figures in the line. We have got Peter Venkman, Ray Stantz, Egon Spengler, and Winston Zeddemore. And of course, they are joined by that nasty little spud, Slimer. Now we're going to showcase each one of these figures individually, so let's kick it off with the mouthpiece, Dr. Peter Venkman. And as you can see from the packaging here, I mean, every package is pretty much the same here, featuring the window style design. As they mentioned on the front of the box, they're 1/16 scale, and as I've already mentioned, they are released by Eagle Moss's Hero Collector brand. Turning the box around to the sides here, I particularly love this side. Of course, right here we've got Bill Murray as Peter Venkman, and turning around to the other side, we've got this great shot of the actual figure itself. And here is the back of the box. It states, "We got one. Hero Collector proudly presents the official figurine collection of the world's leading parapsychologists, otherwise known as the Ghostbusters." Now the first thing I noticed with actually having this figure in hand is it doesn't feel like your standard plastic action figure. And I mean, there's a reason for that. It's actually more like a miniature 5-inch statue, and it's also made of poly resin. Of course, for the face here, we've got Bill Murray's likeness with that receding hairline, of course. We've got the khaki flight suit with the Venkman name patch on the chest. He's got elbow pads, black gloves, of course the military belt. Looking down at the legs here, of course we got the leg hose there. And being that he is the more laid-back Ghostbuster, true to what we saw in the film, his pants are untucked. He's got black boots and also this really slick base featuring the iconic No Ghost logo. Turning him around to the back, we've got the bread and butter of any Ghostbusters figure, any Ghostbusters collectible. We've got the Proton Pack. And as I mentioned, 1/16 scale here. I think Hero Collector did a fantastic job with the pack. And those details also extend over to the wand in his hand. Now after Dr. Peter Venkman, we've got the brains of the Ghostbusters, Dr. Egon Spengler. I won't spend too much time here on the package art because it's pretty much identical to what we saw with Venkman, just instead of having obviously Bill Murray's likeness, we've got Harold Ramis's on the side here. We've also got this great shot of the figure once again on the side of the packaging art, and on the back there, instead of, well, Venkman, we've got Spengler once again. Taking a look at the actual figure, I mean, this does look like Harold Ramis. And I love how small these glasses are. They're their own separate piece that's been glued on. I think they look fantastic. And being this is a figurine of Egon Spengler, of course he does come with his own trusty PKE meter featured in his right hand. Now, an interesting thing to note about Spengler here is he's the only Ghostbuster out of all 4 that's not actually wearing gloves. Shifting the focus down to the military belt there, we do have that belt gizmo holster, once again much like we saw on Peter Venkman. And on the left hand side here, of course, we've got one of the MT500 radios as well. He's got the leg hose, he's got his pants tucked in, and the same exact base that we saw, once again, with that Venkman figure. Turning him around to the back here, we've also got another beautifully detailed Proton Pack, with the big change here being that obviously the Proton Wand is holstered on this one. Alright, and coming up next, we have got the heart of the Ghostbusters, Dan Aykroyd himself, Dr. Ray Stantz. Quick look at the front of the packaging here. We got this great behind the scenes shot of Dan Aykroyd from the original '84 Ghostbusters. Great image of the action figure on the side view here, and once again a quick peek at the back of the box. Now, I gotta admit, when I first saw the images of this figure online, I didn't think the likeness was really that good to Dan Aykroyd. I think something was just kind of missing. But actually having the figure in hand, I think he looks a lot better when compared to what we saw online. Actually, to be honest, with kind of the double chin he kind of has there, it makes me think of more of like a modern day, like older Dan Aykroyd, rather than the Dan Aykroyd we saw in the original Ghostbusters film. But still, I do dig the likeness here. Once again, I think it looks a lot better in person. And I love the accessories that he comes with. Mainly the ecto goggles on the top of his head there. I think the goggles look fantastic. Also talking about other accessories, of course, he is holding a ghost trap in hand. And while I do love this edition of the ghost trap, I do feel like the caution striping could certainly look a little better. Detail work is similar to what we saw with the Dr. Egon Spengler figure when it comes to the lower half of the body. And of course, we've got a trend going here with the No Ghost logo bases. Of course, he does come with his own No Ghost logo base. Okay, so now our final Ghostbuster in the line is the everyman Winston Zeddemore. Of course, played by Ernie Hudson in both Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. Love this great shot of Ernie with the mustache there. Turning him around to the side here, we got this great shot of the figure. And here's a quick look at the rest of the packaging as well. So tearing Winston out of the box here, the first thing I noticed was this is certainly more Ghostbusters 2 Winston Zeddemore, at least in the face, because you're going to notice that he doesn't have a mustache, despite the side of the packaging clearly showing Ernie Hudson Ghostbusters 1 with the mustache. If you can get over that misstep, there's certainly an awesome figure here to be had. His stance here is very similar, almost like an inverted stance to what we saw earlier with the Peter Venkman figurine. As been the trend with all the other characters, of course, we got little details like the Zeddemore name patch, the No Ghost logo on the arm, the elbow pads, the gloves, the belt gizmo holster on the side. And turning him around to the back here, of course, much like the other Ghostbusters, of course, Ernie Winston, he had to have a proton pack. And can I say, I love the way all 4 of these figures look when you put them together. They make one hell of a display piece. I mean, these are the Ghostbusters. How can they not? But Hero Collector did not end it there, because there's one more figure I have to tell you guys about. And that is the disgusting green blob known as Slimer. And by far my favorite figure in this entire line. Packaging itself is very similar to what we've already seen with the main 4 Ghostbusters. Now, rather than having an image of Slimer as he appeared in '84, we've just got this kind of like graphic image of Slimer on the side. And like I did for the past couple figures, here's a quick once-over there of the side of the box there, and also the back of the box. Now, taking Slimer out of the box here, let me just say this figure is just fun. He is, without a doubt, my favorite figure in this line. Of course, he looks like Slimer did in the classic Sedgwick hotel scene from the original Ghostbusters, as it looks like he's tearing apart a hotel cart full of food. Looks like we got some champagne on ice there, we got some chicken legs, tons of plates both intact and smashed, coffee cups, and of course the disgusting green blob himself, Slimer. I love the little beady eyes they gave him there, the big nasty tongue just sticking right out of his mouth, the crooked, rancid looking teeth, and all of those rolls of slimy green fat. And everybody out there, you know how I judge Slimer figures, and that is of course the booty, and let me tell you guys, this Slimer booty does not disappoint. While we don't get any crack action, I can't believe I just said crack action, just look how beveled out that bum is. It looks so good, and talking about looking so good, I love the overall look of that cart. The tablecloth kind of hanging down, almost looking like it's like swishing in the wind as if Slimer hit it really fast and really hard. And much like the other 4 Ghostbusters in this line, yes, the actual cart itself is being suspended by the Ghostbusters No Ghost base at the bottom. Such a cool figurine, and here they all are together. Once again, Peter Venkman, Egon Spengler, Ray Stantz, Winston Zeddemore, and Slimer. Hero Collector, I tip my hat to you guys. Once again, you did wonderful on this set, and if you'd like to buy a set for your very own, we've got links right down below in the description for you. Click those links, buy Hero Collector's Ghostbuster figurine assortment, and add them to your very own collection. And that's it. That's all. That does it for today's review. Be sure to keep it locked here to Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube, ghostbustersnews.com, and I will see everybody right back here next time.